Well, good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. My name's Ross and welcome to tonight's show. Tonight we'll be carrying on working on the Chaos Space Marine Rhino. As we've already done the Razorback for my little eldest lad's Chaos Space Marine army. Not Chaos, I mean Blood Angels army, sorry. We'll get it the correct way in a minute. So yeah, got a few people in chat by the looks of it. So first in tonight was Scale Model Muse, saying I might be here. Well, if you don't know, neither will we. Then I think Mrs. M made a mistake, so we'll skip that one. So I just said hi to Muse and hi to Mrs. M, because she goes, oops, wrong profile. Then we've got Graham Corbett in, saying hi Ross, I'm back at the bench with a kit, won't say what it is until I upload it to Fester's page. Yes, that's Fester 67 Workshop. He'll be on Sunday for the Sunday brunch. Then Graham saying hi to Muse, hope you're well. Then there's me just saying hi to Graham, good to hear. And it is, mate, it's good to hear you back at the bench again and you're feeling a lot better. And then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Muse and Graham. And Graham's just saying hi to Korra. And Scale Model Muse must be here because she's waving. So, well. So, yeah, that's who we've got in so far. Hopefully a few more people will be joining us a bit later. So, I'll let you lot chat amongst yourself while I switch over to the Matcam. And there we go, in the usual disarray. So, you'll have to excuse the slight mess. That's usually my bench. Well, it's actually a lot tidier than what it was earlier. She hadn't been at the bench for the last sort of 2 days. Wait, fly. Yeah, gotcha. Midgy. Got rid of it. So, yeah. So, tonight we're just going to carry on doing the side pods and the other little bits that I've got to do, just to highlight them up. And then we should be able to start sticking them all together. So, what we've all been up to all weekend since I last spoke to you all on Saturday? Anything good happened? I know I haven't been in the best of places, but that's just my little demons playing tricks with me again at the moment. Still, so hopefully the meds will kick in soon enough. And there we go. So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that I did say that I was going to do a stream with JC Bricks and Builds last week, but sadly didn't get around to doing it because one, I wasn't really feeling up to it in the end, and two, we didn't have time to set it up in process and everything like that and get everything ready in time, so it didn't go ahead in the end, sadly. But there we go, these things happen. But other than that, we just go where we can and do what we can. So yeah, so let's see. Graham's just saying that's tidy compared to mine, Ross. Well, compared to what it looked like about 20 minutes ago, then yeah. Muse saying didn't have to drive the boy to work and it rained, so yard work is out of the question. Universe is telling me to go to the bench, I guess. That's fair enough, Muse. You come and enjoy your bench. There's nothing wrong with that idea at all. I mean, yeah, I haven't been to my bench for a couple of days. and I was a bit miffed really, because I'd finished me Huey from Kitty Hawk and was about to start the Kitty Hawk version of the Viper, which is only a 148, only to find out that half a sprue D is missing. So yeah, I've now got to hunt around for another kit for it, and then see if I can find somebody that will print off the sprue for me and do a resin print of it, if that's possible, and then I'll quite happily build both of them then. So yes, we're just getting a few little bits tied up here and get some of the smaller bits sorted. Should be able to hopefully make it look half decent. And sorry about the late start this evening. It's just that I forgot to actually hit the button to start the program. I was busy sorting this lot out and getting it ready for tonight, and completely forgot the time. So yeah, that's why we started a couple of minutes late. Yeah, so it's not been a fun last couple of days for me. Simple fact is I've not really been able to sleep properly, even though my new tablets that I do have a sleeping agent in them, or partly to them. So, but it's not helped fully. So whether we go for the usual hour and a half this evening, I don't know. Depends if I can stay awake long enough, because I'm actually feeling a bit tired this evening. So we'll see. Hopefully things will get a bit better in a bit. Normally once I get to about 10 o'clock ish, well, half 10ish, 12 o'clock, between half 10 and 12 o'clock I should say, I suddenly start feeling awake again. It's one of them weird things. We'll see. Hopefully it should be alright. So yeah, on this one I am doing the interior to it. So oh, looks like we've got Panzer joining us. Evening, mate, and thank you very much for your little prezzy. I've already made use of the clear green and the thinners. Even though I probably got them the wrong way round at first, and probably will again, even with your code words on them. Korra Pink's just saying it's set up, just need to do a test run. That's for JC Bricks and Builds. We should be hopefully doing a little show where I'll be building my Ickle Lego tank, and he'll be carrying on with whatever he's doing. So hopefully he'll be in later on this evening. So we should be able to confirm that if all goes well, which I can't see why it won't. So you know, we've got to do some of this. When you know you've lost the plot, when you start singing to yourself. Keep nearly dipping it into the wrong bleeding colour. Ooh. Let's see, we've got Panzer saying Muse hugs. Panzer saying hi to Graham. Then Korra Pink saying hi to Panzer. And Panzer saying hi to Korra. And then it's got Scale Model Mew saying, hey Panzer! And then Panzer's going, fresh from my quiz win on Phil's Prime Stream. Oh, you actually won, did you? Take it you won that big bag of nothing. Then you've got Graham Corbett saying hi to Panzer. And then Panzer's going, glad to be of help, Ross. Well, yeah, it was actually, mate. Thank you very much. Obviously, Graham is telling us what he's actually building now. It's the Tamiya 132nd P-51 Mustang and building. Very nice. And I do know that is a really nice kit. It's one of the kits that I wouldn't mind getting myself at some point. Just don't think I could justify to the wife it's spending £100 and some odd to pay for it though. Especially when it's one of those kits where you'd want to get all the photo etch and everything for it as well. Just to do it justice, really. Panzer's boasting by saying 17 points, the nearest was 5. Who's a clever dick then? Wait. Must remember to empty my recycling bin later. Or tomorrow. Because it's recycling bin tomorrow. Okay, so that's that bit done. Oh, I must have forgotten to put my tablet onto silent. So that'll be dinging away all night now. Yeah. So yeah, I had a chat with my eldest lad earlier on today, and during his school holidays, Panzer saying, "Nice Mustang, Graham. It goes together perfectly by the sounds of it," which they should do, because I mean, it's, for the cost of that kit, it really needs to. And Panzer's going, "Not boasting, just better than I normally do." Well, you must have had your shredded wheat then, mate. Get the old brain synapses flying and firing all cylinders. See, it goes to show that you can teach old dogs new tricks. So as I said, yeah, my eldest, he'd been coming to work with me during the school holidays, and he had forgotten that I'd made a little promise to him that when I got the job done and finished, as part payment for helping me, I said he can go to a model shop. But I didn't specify how much he could spend, which I thought was the better idea not to do, before I dropped myself too far in it. And I go to him like, oh, okay, you can go to either model shop or Warhammer World. That was where I made the mistake of saying Warhammer World, because as soon as I said that, it was like his eyes lit up. He goes, Warhammer World. So I'm now going to Warhammer World to keep my youngest happy. Well, my eldest happy, sorry. But hey ho, it's one of those things, and he deserves it, because the little lad did well with helping me during holiday. I'll give him that. He did me proud working alongside his dad, and he enjoyed every minute of it. What he told me, and take his little packed lunch, with him. And it's the only time I've actually sat down for lunch times. So normally I don't bother. I'll just carry on working when I'm on my own. So in a way it did me some good as well. And it was nice to have some company. Even though occasionally he did vanish off somewhere around the fields. I was working on my friend's farm. But yeah, this job's been a bit of a pain really, because there's the lack of materials half the time. And I'm trying to get hold of them, especially wire mesh, galvanized wire mesh. Tried twice getting it off the internet. First time I got chicken wire, not mesh, and that was absolute rubbish stuff. And the second one, again, rubbish. For what it cost, it was well, to say it was crap is an understatement. All the welds between the mesh were actually falling apart as I was fitting it. So yeah, needless to say, it all had to be stripped off and then done again, which we did do, which I've done now, and that's all ready to rock and roll. Just got the guardrail to go around the top and then the mesh to go on that, and then that's that project completed. And that means I'll have to be true to my word and take him to Warhammer shop. So yeah, Games Workshop. Okay, let's catch a bit more up on chat. Graham's saying, what was the other aircraft during World War II was used on a carrier? There's numerous aircraft. You mean American or British? Someone you saying, nice big box of nothing lol. They must have a warehouse full to give it out. And Panzer's going Corsair or Hellcat. There's also the Bear, I think it is as well. Graham calls them Panzer will build them at 30-second scale if I can get them. Hellcat, I think there is a kit out there somewhere in 30-second. Corsair, definitely a 30-second scale kit's out there. Panzer says, I donated my factory sealed box of nothing to charity. Ah, who's a nice lad. And someone is going, hee hee. And someone goes, like there's another choice. Like there's another choice, Ross. Lol. And Panzer going, so how have you been, Ross? Not seeing you about much lately. Yeah, as I was saying, not been in the best of places at the moment. So I've generally tried just keep myself to myself. I've not even been at the bench that much. I mean, today is the first time, I think the last half an hour, the first time I've actually been back at my bench in the last 2 days. And that's mainly because I don't want to let people down for doing the show. You got Skillman who's going, if I lived there, it would be WHW every day. Yeah, that's very true. I think you would. You'd be very poor as well. Graham Court's game, watching Andio while you're stream, Ross. Oh, yeah, it's a very good film, that is. It's about the journalist and the, I think it's first paragroup or something like that landed in Andio, where they went on a deep mission which made me laugh because that was one of the biggest mistakes they ever made when they did the Italy. They could have actually literally just walked all the way into Rome if they had the vehicles and the British and the Americans actually got on. But at one point, Monty and the person who was leading the Americans had a big fallout, so they both consolidated the beachhead and allowed the Germans to move in back down into Rome and everything. 1st Ranger Battalion, that's it. The big red ones, I think it was called, aren't they? Something like that. Panzer's going, Ross, I'm just a PM away, buddy. Yep, I know, mate. It's just, there's times when I just don't want to talk to people. And sadly, that was just one of them. I know I shouldn't really let it get me this bad, but it happens. But there we go. Like Mrs. M's coming down. No, I've got them there. Yes, I've got a bit of a froggy throat this evening. Yeah. So yeah, it's they made a serious mistake of error of judgment because the two main generals fell out. Allowed the Germans to strengthen their position, and they tried building nighttime fortifications. Well, they tried to build like another wall, like they did the defensive coat along the French coastline to stop the D-Day lenses. But that didn't work. They got found out in the end, I think, if I remember rightly. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, so here's one question for everybody. What's their favourite Second World War film? There's a little question for you. Mine is probably going to be Battle of Britain, the original one film, not the later one where they used ME-109s as British aircraft and Spitfires as a German aircraft, which I thought was a bit strange, really, on a later one. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, one thing that not many people know about the Battle of Britain film is the Heinkel 111s were actually a later model than what we actually flew during the Battle of Britain. I think they were either a D or an E. So yeah, they had the wrong engines on them, because the engine nacelles were actually a lot longer and fatter in the later models. Graham saying, I'm the same, Ross. I shut everything off, so I understand, mate. Yeah, it's one of those things. I know a lot of people are going on about it lately. I mean, yeah, if, like me, you suffer with mental health problems, we don't show it on the outside. We're always sort of like portraying a smile, and what's portrayed on the outside is never what always we feel on the inside. So yeah, it's that sort of like deceiving people that way. But yeah, I've actually been doing that for quite some time. But the wife knows anyway, and she sort of like eggs me on to go into chat, like 24/7 hangout, or basically go back to my bench, because I'll just stay away from it. I mean, last night I just sat playing on my Xbox all night, and I started the Call of Duty Ghost, and I started that last night and finished it this morning, well, this afternoon. So I actually completed the whole game in probably less than 24 hours. So yeah, there we go. These things happen. We've got Panzer Cannon saying Monty and Clark, if I remember my history correctly. You're probably right there. Then Graham comment saying, my favourite Second World War film is Kelly's Hero. And for oddball character. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh, oddball, yeah. He was certainly a character where every time he went woof woof. And then the paint shells that fired at things. Fave Second World War movie has to be black and white Dunkirk with John Mills, followed by Fury. Yeah, both of them very, very good films. The Longest Day, yeah. And Dunkirk, another good film. Fury, that was very graphic, but you could probably understand that it was more and more sort of like true to life than anything, because you could sort of picture those sort of things happening. And it wasn't exactly, as they say, the friendliest of things is war. So yeah, he sort of says it all really, especially when the tank rolled over that German and sort of splattered him a bit. Panzer's also going Ice Cold in Alex. Yes, another very, very good classic film. Yeah. Yeah, where the spy pretends to be a, what was it now? South African, I think, if I remember rightly. He was actually a German spy. Yeah, I think it's actually based on a true story, that one. If I remember right, there was a story about a bloke in his ambulance. A bit like the one where he took a elephant over the Himalayas or something like that. Some bloke did during war, and he wouldn't abandon it, so he walked it across over the top of the mountains. Now I've got Max beginning. Good evening, Max. Welcome to the show. He's going, evening everyone. How's the Rhino coming along, bud? Getting there. We've got basically first half nearly completed, and the interior of that one nearly done. So we've just got to do some small tiny bits on that one. Do the outside, well, yeah, the inner facings of the running wheels on that one. Just do a bit more highlighting. And then this one can be get stuck together with the other bits. Almost keep doing that. So, how are you, Max? What have you been up to? And what you been working on, mate? And also, if you've watched Second World War films, what are your favourite one? That's the question this evening. Yep, South African from Panda. And then you got Panda saying hi to Max. And then Graham Corbett, too many to mention for World War II films. I like. And he's just saying hi to Max. And Max in. Good evening, Mac. All the way from France. We won't hold that against you, mate. Hannibal something. Can't remember the rest of the name. Yeah. I couldn't remember the names half the time, I think. But yeah, you are right, the name Hannibal something. But that's about the big elephant, yeah. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now we've got the engine parts of this one to do. And Panzer, how's your 3D printing going? Are you getting the hang of it yet? Have you got it all set up and playing with it yet? As we know, you're a bit partial to a bit of resin plastic nowadays, I hear. We won't go on to what you'll be printing. Yeah, I think my son's looking forward to seeing his second tank build finished. So that'll keep him happy. Matt Graham's going, not done any printing yet, plan to do my first on Thursday. Very nice. And what are you going to print? I'm good, thanks, Scalmod Ninja. I've been working on my building project for my Orc collection. Just sorted out what I'm going to use 80 Orc boys for. Well, that'll definitely keep you busy, mate. That's one thing. 80 of the little critters. I think the 20 odd that I've done already is enough for me, I think. Orc boys. And then I think I've done 10 or 11 of the Hobgrots for me Age of Sigma. So yeah, the test rooks. So you're going to try and build a chess set then. Should be good. Okay, more black metal. Ow, crunch me knuckles. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to try and do with this one is I'm trying to keep it so it's actually near enough, well, as much as I can, the same as the colour scheme as the Razor. You just have to put some slightly different squad markings on it, which we will do at some point, as I've now got the decals that I need, because this one was a second-hand gift, and the decals that I did have I'd probably used on something else, so I managed to find some on that place called Fleabay, and managed to get a couple of sets, because I know at some point or other I'll probably find another cheap Razorback or something. Especially a Razorback is what I want for my army, and we're needing the markings for that, and vehicle markings anyway. Yeah, I think they cost me about £3 for 2 sets, so yeah, happy bunny. I'll probably get this one turned into a command vehicle, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I think we'll sort that anyway. We'll do something anyway. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Graham Corbett. Graham Corbett's going, right, I'm off, Ross. We'll get a chat on the 24/7 at some point. Yep, mate, I'm sure we will do. Pan's going, I have to go to work. Out how to use the Jitbox Slicer program. Fair enough, that's obviously for your printer, I take it. Panzer's going, bye Graham, take care, buddy. Then Graham called it, will do, Panzer, each day is getting better. Good to hear, mate. And Max, take care, Graham Corbett. Max begin saying, yeah, Razorbacks and Rhino models are great to find on eBay. Most of mine got on there for cheap and redone them all. Yeah, that's what I mean. The Venerator and my other Rhino, I think it is up there. They're both from cheap eBay finds that were both really, really bad painted. I think my Venerator, that was cost me about £3 or £4. And then another couple of quid for postage, I think it was. So yeah, I was quite chuffed with that. How that worked out. Okay. Yeah, we're just filling in some of the smaller stuff on this at the moment. Just to tidy it up, and then I'll touch in the edges in a bit, which I know I'm going to have to at some point. And if you do hear a light buzzing sound in the background, I do apologise. So I've got my little work fan on, my little bench fan, which is a great little piece of kit. I was feeling a bit warm, so I've stuck that on just to cool things down a little bit. A great job. The only difference is it does dry the paint fairly quickly. Yeah, you've got the yellow bits to do on there, and then we'll go around and tidy up the red. So we need that one at the bench yellow. Ah, we've got JC Bricks and Bills joining us. Good evening, James. Welcome to the show. Hope you're looking forward to tomorrow's little fun and games we should be having, hopefully. All goes well. I'll probably jump into the hangout after I finish the show tonight, mate. And then we'll have a quick chat. We got Panzer saying hi to JC. And JC saying hi to Panzer. And Panzer going, no red pandas yet. You? You looking? I'm using the actual wrong yellow to do this, but never mind. Doesn't really matter. I should have used the Avalon Sunset really, but I forgot. Is that bit done? Yeah, it's coming together slowly. JC Richard, ooh, can't wait, mate. Wonder what mayhem we could cause. Yeah, with me in charge of this stream, it could very much go tits up very quickly. It's like guaranteed when I don't have Mrs. M in the background reminding me of doing stuff. Like this evening where I started it late because I forgot to actually press the button to start. And last week it was forgot the mic. And you're thinking like, yeah, you're not exactly doing too great at the moment, mate. Nah, stuff you're forgetting. But hey ho, these things happen. They just make life more interesting, as they say. Yeah, so I must remind myself to try and go to bed a bit earlier this evening. Matt, thanks, Panzer. I mucked around this evening, and you're right. Just work with skin tones. I did try too hard. I fell. Doing skin, mate, is never easy if you're doing faces. That's one thing I do suffer with. Try to paint faces. They either look as though they're completely stoned, or somebody shoved the Black Widow up the backside for a male. So yeah. Your Skull Muse is actually waving probably to James and Mac. It doesn't actually mention who it was, but she's waving anyway, so she's obviously still here. He's Mules. Okay, that's the itchy nose. First coats of yellow. And the base coat is going on there nicely. And each one in. That bit and bit that way. Yep. Oh, itchy nose. Oh. Yeah. Max going, yeah, I've been eyeing on some Land Raiders on eBay, especially for hard to come by parts like las cannon doors for them lol. Yeah, I mean for some reason I think it's the Land Raiders that seem to be going up in price for even the second hand ones. I'm getting a bit on the pricey side nowadays. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for doing it on that. Nothing. That's good. That's that bit done. What that? I need to do this though. Right, I'm not too worried about blurring over the edges because this one's actually only received its first coat so far. I've got another couple of coats on it, I think it's going to need. Make it look tidy. I can still see just slight little hints of white coming through still. But as I said, it's first coat, and unlike some, it just takes a bit to cover it, especially if you use like a grey on top of a yellow on top of a grey. That does take a while to cover. At least probably 4 or 5 attempts anyway. Let's see. Ross will be feeding his lad's panda on toast. Oh dear. And skull model reviews wave, and I'll have the frying pan ready for you, Ross. Oh yeah, probably. You like hitting me with that thing. Just whether or not I should actually report you for doing it. I'll think about it. You and your violent tendencies, my dear wife. Don't know where she gets them from. I think she just likes to pick on me. Yes, so with getting these two done, I'll have to find another Warhammer project to do. And I think I may even do my Baneblade. Depending if I can get whether I can get over to Warhammer myself at some point and pick something else up. But I have got my Chaos Space Marine Raptors that I can do. And I've got a couple of, well, a box set of Lumineth. And obviously the Dominion box set. So in theory I've actually got plenty to get on with. And Pan's going, bye Mac, take care. And we got Mac saying, people, I'm going to depart. Mrs. Mac is arriving back into southwest France tomorrow, so early night for me. Catch you all later. Alright Mac, you take care mate, and have fun. Panzer's going, Korra, violent never. You probably hit your head off of her low flying frying pan. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me the way she'll keep saying it that way. And Korra thinks gone lol Panzer. Matt goes, keep your eye out, face ache, Panzer Koenig. Ew. Skull Muse is going, haha. Panzer got Big Don. And these bits done. And then we can probably go around and do the second coat of red on this, I think. So it brings it up to colour. There you go. That'll be done. That'll be done. Now, normally I would mask these bits off, but I'm not going to bother this time. I'm going to try and freehand paint them a bit. I haven't been going an hour nearly already. Bad, I suppose. Yeah, so needless to say, my eldest is very happy with Chaos Space Marine Army so far. He's been working on his own little figure that he's managed to wangle out of Warhammer Games Workshop in Leeds a couple of weeks back. So he's been working on that slowly. To sort of match in with the other couple of red Space Marines that I've got. So the Scalmania finally got that bookshelf cleaned out into my hobby room so I can use it. Got some kits out of the way. Slowly getting organised. Well, I hope so. We'll have to see some pictures of your bench setup when you get all sorted, Muse. Or what you should have done was do a time-lapse video of you actually tidying it all up. And from how it started to how it is now. So I mean, when I first started back into modelling, I have a little bench here at the side of me. It's just off screen. And it used to be the dining table. Until I converted it slightly by cutting the back off and taking the legs off the back. And then turned it around and made it into a shelf. So yeah, finally used for an old dining table. We weren't using it hardly, I think. Well, it might have been, but not using it anymore. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, that's what I'm doing, mate. That one. That one. That one. And yes, I've still got the bad habit of licking my paintbrushes. But it's amazing how saliva softens your brush up. Actually, we should be able to get these two halves put together. And the base plate and the central plate maybe tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, next week. So we should hopefully be able to start some of the major assembling fairly soon. I know some people probably cause what I'm saying, what I'm actually doing is cut part as major assembling, but it's not. I have a habit of painting all my necessary bits like this, and then paint them before I build together. I mean, there's a lot of people who build their figures completely before they actually paint anything. Left my son's graffiti on the walls and some other stuff. That's fair enough. I think that's it for that time in. I think I'm sure there's another set. Yeah, what was duh. There was some more paint. So yeah, what else have we got to talk about tonight? And somebody pick a subject, and we'll have either a wibble or a rant, one or two, about it. But we're not going back onto the Marmite and the dunking of biscuits. We're not going back onto that subject. They're barred. And if you don't do as you're told, I'll send Marcy after you. Max begins saying, "Oh, don't worry, Ross. My other friend paints his models on the sprue before cutting them off and attaching them log." Yeah, it's something I've done from the early days before I even started back into the hobby. I just found it easier to paint off the sprue, well, on the sprue, sorry, than off it. This way I actually knew if I was going to go and pick something up and I had to pay for it, I could pick it up there and then test it and see if there's anything wrong with it before I even paid for it. Especially the way you hear some right horror stories about people driving literally hundreds of miles to pick something up, only to find out that they have really cancelled the sale, or they've been and found somebody who's willing to pay more, and then basically giving you the 2 thumbs up. Just because you're rude enough to incline at the fact that he actually owes you the football. Yeah, it's a raggedy old world. Yeah. We've got JT Brazil. Ball burns are to be dunked. No, they're not. End of story. Panda Cake. Muse, I saw you in your post one of the best Helldiver kits made. The Matchbox 3 colour kit. Yeah. Also worth a hell of a lot of money nowadays. So, yeah, I think any 48 scale Helldiver goes for silly money nowadays. Even the old monogram kits of them. And I should know that because I've also got one of them. I think it was monogram. One of the 2. I'll check it out in a little while. I think it's all there because I bought it second hand. Because getting hold of one is like getting hold of a rock horse poo. The eyes are going a bit squiggly. Actually, I did manage to find in our co-op store Marmite peanut butter. Oh my word. That just sounds absolutely frigging gopping. I mean, I can't stand either of them, so I suppose I am lucky about some things. It's shorty. There. There you go. I need them. I need to get some aluminium out next. There you go, that's that bit done. Let's see. Yeah, it's the oldest one in the lot, Panzer, 1974. Skullmoney's one clear bit is broken though, and the other half isn't in the box. Oh, that's sad. Is your Helldiver cockpit made up of 3 pieces, or is it a 1-piece cockpit glass? If so, there might be a way you can actually get that replaced. It's whether or not anybody's doing any clear resin printing or clear printing of some sort. If it was, I could ask somebody to scan it and my one, that I have for my Helldiver and see if they'll scan it and print it in clear resin. I'm sure somebody would. Then you might want to have a look on whether you go on that or whether they'll deliver to you, I don't know. But there's Hanance. They might have a few old new stock of the sort of thing that you were discussing. Yeah, yeah, just clean the pot lid a bit. It can sometimes get a bit, like sit there, as they can sometimes get a bit clogged up. So it's better just to clean it because it stops it from getting completely dried out. This one, sure. There, yep. That's that lid. Maclean, Korra Pink, yeah, anything that is Reese is best lol. No, it's not, it's got peanut butter in it, so it's not. You're saying Reese peanut butter cups are the best. That's just your opinion. We'll let you have that one. Then she's agreeing with Max. I'll have a look at it, Ross, and see. I think so. Say if so, I mean, the SB2 that I've got, the Helldiver, that has a 3-piece canopy in it as far as I can remember. So it can be upscaled if somebody does have a clear resin printer and is willing to print it off for you. I suppose unless you have your own printer, then if so, it's a matter of me getting somebody to scan my canopy and then enlarge it to 48 scale for you. And then that'd be it. Well, actually, no, it's already in 48 scale, isn't it? Double. It could be one of at least 4 different boxes, and I can't be able to look for it at the moment. So it'll just have to wait until next show. I think. Let's see. Oh, Graham Highland's joined us. Good evening, Graham. Hi guys. Hope everyone is well. Yep, we are. Thanks. That's Korra Pink saying hey to Graham. Then Graham Highland saying been away for a few days. Any news on Dad and Colin? Are they okay? I think Dad might have tweaked his back. So that's probably why he didn't do the stream on the weekend, I think it was. And I think Colin is waiting to go into hospital, I think. So, for his operation. So, yeah, that's the only way I can think of that, I'm afraid. Okay, so now we need to get the red, but I need the right brush. There it is. Ding, ding, ding. Yep, that's a bit. Yeah, so hopefully next week we should start putting this all together, and probably a week after that we should have it nigh on completed. The following week I should be putting decals onto it, hopefully. As you can probably tell, my builds don't generally take that long. And the reason why they're taking roughly about 40 times longer than I normally take to build a model is because I'm doing this, building it on a live stream. So yeah, it's taken me a fair while, but it's slowly getting there. I just need the, what was it? Flash gets yellow. That's what I want. See, all are as okay as they can be. Very true, Muse. And Graham saying, thanks, Muse, hugs. So, yeah. So, most people have answered it now, Graham. So, here's a question for you. What is your most favourite Second World War film? I think my favourite First World one, well, there's two actually. There's The Horse, I think it's called. And 2017. Both very, very good films. It could almost be classed as a tearjerker on The Horse. Especially when he gets caught in the swamp of the Somme. And then both the Germans and the British work together to free it. So that bit done. Let's see, we'll go here. Yeah, just saying, we use at the moment. That's the first coat on that one. Yeah, that's that bit done. I'll show that bit because I think this bit's the one that's on show. That corner when it's built. Oh, forgot to do the back. Yeah. Let's see. Skelmer is giving hugs back to Grey Highland. Or Hoyland, I can't remember his name. Probably know how to pronounce it. I think it's Highland. Well, look for the spelling. Not that I can always guarantee the spelling because being dyslexic doesn't help. So that's that. Well, about another 10 minutes, I think, and then I'm going to call it a day because my head's beginning to spin just a little bit at the moment. I don't want to try and carry that and then suddenly realise that I've balls this tank up and have to start all over again, which I definitely don't want to do. I'm flicking myself with yellow paint now. Not a clever idea. No. And two back bits. Now I can check if they knew the whereabouts of each other. Yeah. There we go. There's a bit then. Let's go to the top bit now. Yeah. Now, one thing I will say though, when I've done the actual Huey, Grand High saying, Ross, you going to Telford show? Not sure, mate. I'd like to, but it's a matter of whether I have the funds to go. I mean, I'd like to go back again because I did enjoy it the last time I went to Telford. Got to meet many a good fellow modeler that I've actually either sat and spoke to on like live shows when I've been watching them, or made some new friends while I went there. Also managed to meet a couple of friends from couple of the American sites that I go to. They'd come over, especially for Telford. So yeah, if I've got the money and if I'm not working, then yeah, I'd definitely come to Telford again. Last year I spent somewhere between, well, the last time it was on, I spent somewhere like 600 quid on Telford. So yeah, it wasn't a cheap do. I was only there for the day. That's that bit done. So yeah, I think we're actually getting somewhere now. That's going to need its second coat on it. Just zoom that in a bit. Here we go. There we go. So yeah, got the top half of the hole done. Got the inner parts of that mostly done, which we can actually glue that together now. While I'm sat here, I'll get that glued together. And that's one less loose part, or two parts I should say, less being loose and going all over the place. Alright, there we go. Get you stuck together. There we go. In place. Good. That's that bit done. Let's see. We've got maybe managed to get 10 likes so far this evening. Thank you very much. Keep smashing the like button. Thank you very much, and please feel free to follow the instructions on the page when it gets swapped over from Facecam to Matcam. If you wish to become a member. I also have a buy me a coffee thing. If people wishes to do that, all the money will be saved up and then purely spent on buying kits and stuff for the hobby, so that I can keep making the content for people on here. I mean, as I keep saying to everybody, I'm not any sort of professional at this job. I purely still do it only for fun. And I've only ever done 2 commission builds. Well, 1.5 technically, because one of the guys that wanted me to build his kit pulled out of it. But never mind. These things happen. A little tying up around there to do. So I'm getting tired now. Yep, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, just got that too deep again. Bollocks. I think, yep, we'll go through what we've actually managed to successfully do this evening, and then we'll be calling it a night. And yes, hopefully we should have the me and James on tomorrow. I think late afternoon. I think it is. If I remember rightly, we should be doing me building my little Panzerkampfwagen 3. I think it is tank, and not sure what James is intending to build. But yeah, so far this is where we've got up to. So we've got that side done near enough. Just got to do a couple of stacks and miss one of the steps out the bottom there, and do the other small pieces that need highlighting. Give the yellow another coat, and roughly the same on that side. But I've managed to get the little green panels and everything done. Right, we have the inside control panel and everything, and a spare weapon. They just need highlighting still. The gate, well, the back door is nearly there. Just needs a couple more little bits of silver in there and there, and then those painting black. Floorboard, near enough done. Front set panels near enough done, and that needs a second coat. So yeah, there we go. We have now got quite a few pieces sorted, and we'll do a few more next week. It might be just a couple more shows, I think, from what I've got done so far. Yeah, because I've got decal it and everything like that as well. So yeah. Okay, we'll flash back up to face camp. So yeah, well, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far, and the progress is getting there. Bit slow at the moment, but do apologise if it's not going fast enough for some people. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me, and stay safe. Happy modelling. Oh, that's one thing I forgot almost to say. The votes have been cast for the next build on my Saturday show once I've actually completed the DSV sub, and that will be the Academy 135th scale Viper. So there you go, that's what I'll be building next for that channel. So as I was saying, thank you very much for joining me, and stay safe and happy modelling. Bye bye for now.